does not need any more further introduction. So without wasting any further time, let's start. So Puneet, sir, I have seen you have interest in diverse businesses spread across sports, technology, entertainment. One of your notable production company, Clapstem Entertainment, where you produced around 1,500 hours of content. You got national awards for that and also an Oscar nomination. So could you walk us through the journey, how it is, and what about the Clapstem Entertainment? And yeah, this would.
Thank you for this warm welcome. Clapstem, I think it's about the belief in not just doing something which is just one of its own kind. I think my belief has been about thinking about something long term, creating a content, creating a long term intellectual property. So with Clapstem, we've had produced over 1,500 hours of content where we've had a great journey from being in the competition in Cannes, Busan, IFFI, getting national award, getting into the race to the Oscars. So definitely, the journey has been quite exciting, but the biggest learning point and the lesson which I learned out here was that how it's about, again, creating that intellectual property. And the best thing is that even after the thing has been produced, the journey of building up the intellectual property continues. I mean, you look back so many years back that you've done a movie produced about 10 years back and still has that kind of a IP. So I think that's the beauty of building up these long-term IPs.
So as we say, the content never dies. You told us that the content is going to be there forever. So congratulations for that. So you also have interest in sports, franchises, technology, entertainment. So my next question to you is regarding that. Is there a common philosophy that connects all these ventures? Or do you find something which is common throughout the sports, technology, and entertainment? And as we have seen with this amalgamation, you have created wonders. You have built companies which have scaled through with the help of the sports, entertainment, and technology. Now you are into Colab is into digital platform as well. So you have all the three with you. So is there something which has a common philosophy connecting all these ventures?
Definitely, yes. For me, it's not about building companies. Again, like what I just mentioned, it's about building intellectual properties, building brands. So the common philosophy when you talk about is, for me, the sports or the entertainment, both have this common philosophy. It's talking about building the content, the emotions, community, media, digital, there are so many things which definitely have that thing. And finally, it's about the intellectual property. So that has been my number one focus before getting into any of these kind of opportunities which I get. I always evaluate, can I build a passionate community? Is it scalable? Can I build a long-term intellectual property? Will this matter 10 years from now?
Yes.
So these are the questions which I ask myself before evaluating into getting into any opportunity.
Sure. That's all. Yeah. So let's talk about the sports franchises. You are the owner of Punjab this year. So that is a team of CCL. Then you have Australia champions, part of the WCL, and you also co-own multiple other sports teams. So do you think over the years now people have started taking sports franchises as a serious business class? Now, as we have seen, like recently we had a lot of deals happening with the IPL franchises, the private equity investors coming in, especially the recent deals which happened for Rajasthan Royals and RCB. We have seen the valuations skyrocketing to 1.78 billion. So I believe, what's your take on that? So do you think investors are considering this as a serious business opportunity nowadays, or it's still an entertainment phase only?
I think it's a very exciting phase of transformation, how the people are evaluating and looking at it. For years, sports was always considered as an entertainment. Now they're looking at as a, like what you said about an asset, a scale, and basically talking about what they are investing. They're not just investing, a league is not just investing into a tournament, a team is not just investing into 11 players. It's again about the community. It's again about the emotions. It's again about the IP. It's again about the sponsorship opportunities. So putting it together, if you look at it, like you giving an example of an IP, somebody invested about a few hundred crores a few years back. Hello. Invested a few hundred crores a few years back, and today, like we all know in the news, that today you're talking about a team being valued and sold at a valuation of 17,000 plus crores. 100 league, the teams being sold at a value of about 300 million pounds. Looking at the scalability which all these leagues which are performing well, including like what we have is WCL, the second most watched cricket league in the world today. So the valuations and the numbers which we are talking, I mean, it's a global transformation, not just looking at as from a point of view of investing into something which is just content or just about entertainment. So it's a scalability, it's about the intellectual property, what all of these investors are looking at. And me being a part into as a listed company, I would say, one thing I've very seriously realized, that how the market reacts and values not what you have just achieved, but they also value what is your vision, what is the scalability, what is the long-term wealth creation you can make. So I think, like you just mentioned about this is I think a beautiful transformation which is happening. And the future which I feel of the leagues or the teams is not just restricted to probably looking at a standalone sponsorship opportunity. I feel the time which is now coming is where these teams or the leagues will start partnering with the other businesses. For a sponsorship, there was a time when people used to just look at, you get a logo on a jersey and then whatever the other deliverables are here. Any of the company which wants visibility, they are looking at maybe a brand ambassador, one face being recognized or getting that kind of a brand endorsement to one company, whereas a team partnering with any of this brand to help them scale it up, it becomes a beautiful win-win formula. So rather than just looking at a one-time sponsorship, it is a long-term value creation with both can value for each other. So I think it's the way the franchisee owners will start looking at it in the years to come is going to be a complete change in what they are looking at it right now.
I also believe it is mutually beneficial for the business owner as well as the team owners and as well as the players. So thank you for giving a lot of opportunity to players as well as the business owners. So one thing very unique which I found about you is like you are also a partner in WCL and you also own a team. So these are two very different responsibilities. So how do you manage these two responsibilities? And I saw you travel to South Africa for the launch of the South Africa team and help them launch the team. And as far as I remember, last year we too had a controversy where India refused to play with Pakistan. So how did that affect the league and how was the situation that time?
Yeah, so definitely it's a very unique thing. I'm wearing two hats. I'm also a partner in the league and I am also the owner of the Australia. But yes, I did not just travel to South Africa. I was there for the campaigning and the launch for the England team. I was there for, of course, Australia because of my team as well. I was there in India for the launch of the India team as well. And yes, when you talk about this, this was in fact quite a funny incident, which I also had an experience when we were doing this press conference in South Africa and sitting with people like AB de Villiers and Hashim Amla and all the legends of the team with me on the dais, and the media asking me a question in a very sarcastic way. How are your preparations of Australia team going on? So it was quite a difficult question when you're promoting South Africa team in front of the South Africa media and they're asking you a question that how is it going? But yes, definitely I was wearing the other hat. I was wearing the t-shirt of WCL. I was not there to talk about Australia anymore. But yes, sometimes it becomes a bit challenging to manage that. But I think it's when the league is becoming bigger, the teams automatically will become bigger. So I think it's about complementing both, and it's not about just for me to be looking at as a team owner. In holistic view, that's what the vision has been from the day first. I've been more looking at the league in totality. And very proudly, when we say that we are the second most watched league in the world today, when there are so many of leagues which are there in the world, talking from a 100 to a BBL, the Big Bash League, which is just being announced by the Prime Minister of Australia, that they're coming in this year, they're starting to commence their journey in India itself from Chennai. So from there, competing with so many big leagues in the world, you're becoming the second most watched league. It's a big thing, and I'm very happy and proud of it. And the other thing, when you're talking about the controversy of India and Pakistan, I think it was a blessing in disguise. We definitely had loss of lot of revenue. We definitely had a loss of viewership at that time. But that's sometimes you feel that these marquee sport rivalries like of India and Pakistan, sometimes one match becomes bigger than the whole tournament. And it becomes something about which becomes a talk of the, not of the particular cricketing community, but also about talk of the world. Everyone, in fact, for me, when we were there and the India backed out, me being the Australia owner, people like AB de Villiers and Brett Lee and coming asking me in my ears, mate, is this correct? It's not good. I said this is something, it's individual call. So it started from one player in India and the entire team backing out. And of course, there are so many emotions. And I'm not getting into that it was right or wrong. But at the end of the day, when we look at it, that particular thing about that sporting rivalry, that becomes, I think, a bigger thing certain times. And it was a blessing in disguise, I would say. So, of course, we're looking for the third season now and looking for much more bigger and better numbers. And we are preparing for South Africa this year.
So even without the India-Pakistan clash, you still had around 400 million viewership. 425, sorry for the correction. So it became one of the second most watched league in the world. So all thanks to you and the founding team. And do you also get accused of having conflict of interest by other team owners?
Sorry?
Do you get accused of having a conflict of interest?
No, not at all.
By other team owners?
Not at all. Because everything is very evident and very open, because whatever we are doing is in the interest of the league only, nothing with the team.
Oh yeah, that I know. You are a fair person. So one thing more beyond cricket, let's talk about the golf. So I recently got to know that you have been part of launching the Indian Pitch and Putt Association in India, the first of its kind in India. So which is being in other countries, but the first time being launched in. So could you just walk us through about what is the format of the game, how it is going to work, and what attracted you towards it?
So India Pitch and Putt Association is I would say, when we talk about it, of course, it's a governing body of India in this particular sport. And pitch and putt is something which is, I would say, a T20 format of cricket. It's a shorter version, and with so many things, our attention span is going very, very less. I mean, today when we are scrolling anything, within 2 seconds, if it is not appealing us, we just move forward. Similarly, in sports also, when we look at probably golf, the mindset and the perception for any normal man would be, it's not for me. First, it's a game of exclusive. Second, affordability. Third, who will spend 4 to 5 hours? Fourth, who will be my companion, my partner, or my four ball. So this format is something which is very unique, where you finish the game 18 holes in just 90 minutes. And this particular format is already played in 45 countries. It's not something which is new. And there is a governing body internationally, which is called FIPA, Federation of International Pitch and Putt Association, which is headquartered in Ireland. And in this format, already 6 World Cups have been internationally hosted. So we've managed to get the BCCI of this in terms of cricket, if you understand. We are the governing body of India. And we've just done a soft launch just 2 months back. And we are doing our first India International Open, where about 15 countries are participating in the month of November. And the unique and the best part is that you are not just finishing the 18 holes in 90 minutes, it's also very, very attractive from the angle of any real estate. Today, when you look at the real estate developers, for them to sell the golf homes, they would have to spend 100 plus crore rupees on 100 plus acre of land. And then they have the additional land where they will have the project, and they will definitely mount up this cost onto that to get their costs out of it. So golf homes is something like, a unique thing. People, 95% of the owners on, places like Camellias, they don't play golf. But they're there for the sake of it, that, it's something.
For the sake of prestige. Yeah.
Yes. So the best thing is that even for real estate developers in this, in just 10 acres, you get an entire 18-hole course with a clubhouse, with a driving range, in just a cost of 10 crore rupees, almost. So you can probably, as a developer, can have your entire project in 30, 40, 50 acres. And you can give the same view what a Camellias will give, because 10 acres is good land for somebody to give you a view from your apartment or villas, whatever you want to do. So yes, this is something very short. And again, I feel that it's not just the governing body is talking about real estate, it's about developing the entire ecosystem. We are now planning to have the respective associations across the states on this. And I think this will open up the doors, and it will have the people, not only just few people, it'll have a lot of people from the families to even small, kids, to everyone to look at it from that angle, because you can finish the game with just 3 clubs. You don't need to carry those so many clubs along with you. The affordability comes in, the time factor is very good, and it's easy to learn as well.
Thanks for bringing that to India, because in India always the golf has been considered for the elitist. So I believe with this, young students and other people can also start playing golf with that. And also, like you said, the format is quite unique. So within 90 minutes we can finish the game. So that too can attract youngsters. So as you told, that attention span is less. So with this, we wrap up this fireside chat. Thanks a lot for sharing your valuable insights.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.